In our last round of the Arena Cross Outlaw Series, points leader Michael Hicks had a bike issue and Carter Gordon got his first ever main event win. Can Gordon continue his winning ways or will Michael Hicks rebound? Find out next. Hey everybody, welcome to the Hartman Arena in Wichita, Kansas for the General Tire Arena Cross Outlaw Series presented by Geico Motorcycle. It's round 13. I'm Daniel Blair, joined by Justin Brayton. We'll have Kristen Beat trackside in just a moment. And Justin, a little shakeup from our last round of this Arena Cross Championship. Michael Hicks had a malfunction. Carter B's 2 podium finishes. And this guy, Carter Gordon, got his first win.
So good to get your first. There's never any win like your first, right? And I hope he can continue that. Michael Hicks went out with a malfunction but bounced back with a win. Carter B's had a career night with back-to-back podiums. Incredible racing.
And Michael Lessie had 2 seconds on the night. He has gapped Carter Gordon for second now in championship points, but the gap is not as big as the one from first to second. Michael Hicks with the issue in the 250 Pro main event, loses points, but has a lot of room to play with at the top of the leaderboard. We have heat race action and main event action. The heats are just for gate picks. The main event is where you get the points towards your championship. We'll have a 250 Pro main event and an Open Pro main event tonight in Wichita. And JB, a lot of traction on this track, but the traction does go away. There's slick spots out there.
Yeah, the traction will go away at some point tonight, but look at how well the track crew has prepped this track. The Race Tech Rockers, like right there, look like have a ton of traction. Excited to watch these guys bang some bars.
Geico Motorcycle pre-race report with Kristen Beat.
Guys, one rider not on the line tonight, Brett Greenlee. After sustaining a separated AC joint in his left shoulder at round 12, he will be benched this weekend. However, we may get to see him again in Memphis. That decision will be made later next week. One rider who could capitalize on his absence right here behind me on the line, Carter B's.
Now guys, Brett Greenlee was 4th overall in the standings. Carter B's enters this round trailing him by only 3 points. Carter B's will assume 4th in the standings if he can get through the mains. Carter told me today, it's time, he's ready, he just has to have a clean night.
250 Pro heat race number 1 is on the gate. 9 laps, 8 riders. Bar banging action. If you win your heat race, have a great opportunity to go to the starting gate for the main event and pick the line that you want for the race that matters. The Geico Motorcycle 30-second board will go up. We kick off racing in Wichita. You see Carter B's on the far outside, number 43. Right inside of him is Michael Hicks. RJ McKenzie on the 14 had a good night at round number 12. Here we go, revs up, gate down in Wichita. It's 250 heat race number 1. Hicks powers through, didn't have the best jump out of the gate, but blows by Leaf around the outside, rips the whoops, open track. That's how you get it done.
Yeah, Michael Hicks, familiar sight for all of us, right, seeing the one out front. And it was interesting to see that gate selection. The top 2 guys in that heat, Michael Hicks and Carter B's, both chose a far outside gate. Looks like there's a lot of guys down there before the finish. There's 3 or 4 guys down. Hopefully they're okay and can continue here in this 250 heat race.
Ooh, little kick right there for Carter B's at the last stop of this championship. We talked a lot about B's and his whoop approach. Started out rough, got better throughout the night. We'll monitor that here at round number 13. See McKenzie right there getting by Leaf while Michael Hicks continues to check out, but we've got a battle for 3rd. Leaf looking for a way around. McKenzie's on the inside of him in the whoops. Leaf going for it. Runs out of room.
Oh, runs out of room and then goes to square him up and just hits his front tire on the 14's back tire and goes down. But he had a good run there. He was doing the right thing, just turned down a little too early.
A lot of traction we talked about. It will get slick as the night goes on, and that's a challenge for these riders, right? They've done qualifying, they've been on the track today, but now it's all fresh and groomed, but it's not going to stay like this.
Well, this is the best they'll see the track. The track crew has done an amazing job. The traction's at an optimal right now. Your front tire has a ton of grip. Rear tire has a lot of grip through the Race Tech Rockers, but don't get used to that. Look at that speed that Michael Hicks is carrying to the end of those whoops. That won't last long, so he's got to enjoy that now. But he's starting to square down there. That's the line that he's going to take later tonight. So he's already starting to search around, kind of get ready for the main event coming here later on.
Carter B's coming off of back-to-back podiums at round number 12. Starting to get more comfortable up front. We saw him early in the year. Glimpses, races here and there where he'd get up there, but now it's becoming a every single night thing, and you could tell the confidence is starting to kick in.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Carter Bees at our last stop. He had a big crash in the whoops, was able to bounce back and get 2 podiums on the night, which I think he was super happy with. You know, he was kind of passed late in those races by veteran Michael Lessie and alluded to he wanted to kind of fix that. But also the issue that he was having, in my opinion, why he couldn't get out with Michael Hicks was those whoops, and he's still having that same issue. Looks like the rear of his bike's kind of kicking him through there.
Let's go down to Kristen Beat with more on the points leader, Michael Hicks.
Guys, there are pros and cons to a doubleheader. At round 12, Michael Hicks sustained a mechanical, blowing up an engine. He was racing on his practice bike to round out that night. Now, because of the doubleheader, he didn't have time to secure a secondary bike and change the settings on his practice bike. So he is back on the practice bike, but that puts an emphasis on keeping his equipment intact tonight because he only has 1 bike to race on.
And 1 corner to go, and he'll win another heat race on that bike. That's not his familiar race bike. The Sunoco checkered flag waves, and Michael Hicks wins again. Carter Bees, solid ride, finishes in 2nd. Set him up for a good gate pick in the main event. Let's see, does McKenzie hold on? Yes, he does. RJ McKenzie is 3rd, Leaf is 4th, Pickens 5th. But it's Michael Hicks with a dominating heat race win. He looks back to form, and he's with Kristen Beat.
Michael, on entry into the triple in the rhythm section, it looks like some guys, and even yourself at times, are coming up a little short. Is it harder to clear that section tonight than it was at round 12?
Yeah, I think after last night, the dirt's really packed down, so it's a little slick on the exit points. But yeah, so throttle is going to be really key to keep that good. And then so yeah, this main event's coming up, and hopefully we get another win.
Absolutely, well done, Michael.
250 Pro heat race number 2 lined up. Jeff Crutcher on the 7, Carter Gordon on the 5. Again, on that far outside, Justin, they found something out there. You think it's just the carry-in speed from the outside on the start? Because typically you'd be on the inside in arena cross, but this seems to be the theme.
Well, I think carrying the speed around the outside, because they've been talking all night about how slick the track is. So if you're on the inside, your turn's going to be tighter. Front tire's going to need some traction to make that turn. So we'll see if they can get the jump like Hicks did. Looks like Alessi, look. Alessi could start anywhere, right? He could start anywhere and still pull the whole shot, and he proved it there.
That was a good one. I mean, from the drop at the gate, he had it. He knew it. He's got the clear track. And I have to imagine he watched heat race number 1, watching Michael Hicks just leave the field. And he'll probably try to do the same thing right here. But he'll have a challenge. Carter Gordon won at round number 12, the 250 main event. He sits 2nd right now. Curler in 3rd. So it's not going to be an easy race, but he's got control of it right now.
Race Tech rocker speed right there from the 800 is just incredible. And he carried a lot of speed into those, and that's the trick there. You want to carry as much speed as you can to get on top of them, and that way your rear tire doesn't spin near as much going across the top. So the 5 Carter Gordon had a career night here in Wichita. Got his first pro main event win, and I'll tell you what, there's nothing like your first, but he's also got to carry that confidence. You see he's riding really good right here, catching Michael Lessie, and you got to learn from the veteran. Look, Mike's been around a long time. He's won at the highest level of motorcycle racing, and you want to learn a little bit from him. So I think on the 5, like I said, career night, awesome to get his first win, but he wants more.
Crutcher was down in the whoops. Gordon not right on Alessi, but close, keeping him honest. Comes Curler in 3rd. Starting to spread out just a bit now. He's sitting in that lonely spot of 3rd. No one on him, no one in front of him, just taking it all in, but not a bad ride from Curler. I think he's a really good rider. Yeah,
I think he looks great. Had some good speed through the whoops. If you're Curler right now, you just want to kind of settle in and start searching for some traction. You know that obviously the track's getting slick. It's going to be more slick tonight in the main events. So you want to kind of search right there. He squared off, got into some traction right here. If he cuts back to the left or goes down the right side, I think you just want to continue to evolve and adapt with the track. Right there, a great line. Cut down right there to search for some traction. I'd like to see him do the triple out of the turn instead of double triple. Down to Kristen for more on the track.
Guys, after speaking with Michael Lessie, you told me with how this track is packing in, it is getting slick in some sections you wouldn't expect. Obviously the top of the whoops and on entry into the finish line double, but even on the straightaway, you're starting to see some blue groove slick sections, just the way this track is working in.
Justin, as a racer, you want to be aggressive all the time. It's natural. But when you have a track that has traction issues in places, how do you find that balance when you're typically always all in?
Yeah, it's we talk about Michael Lessie being a veteran. He's ridden so many different types of tracks. That's where he has advantage on a guy like Carter Gordon is he knows what the track is going to shape up for later in the night. And if you're Carter, you got to learn that, right? Mike's ridden tracks with this type of soil in his career, and maybe Carter hasn't. So I think you always got to look ahead, constantly evolve, and a lot of times you got to change your bike setup too for what the main event's going to be like.
Michael Lessie with a corner to go, grabs the Sunoco checkered flag, gets the win in heat race number 2 of the 250s. Carter Gordon, solid ride. Little surprised that Lessie was able to check out like that. Over the last few races, Gordon's been right there on his tail, but Lessie looked good in heat race number 2 and gets away from him. Let's go down to Kristen Beach. She is with the 250 Pro Heat Race 2 winner, Michael Lessie.
Mike, first of all, during the race, on the exit from the finish line jump, you're really hugging the inside of that turn rather than taking it wide, as we've seen Michael Hicks do throughout the night. Why is that? Why do you prefer that inside line?
Honestly, I believe the inside is going to be the race line. You're giving up 25, 30 feet to the outside. Make the track shorter. Make it shorter, be faster.
Now, it just so happens that you forgot your bike after that. What happened? I mean, I saw you throw a whip, and it maybe got a little too sideways?
Yeah, I got a little whip over the finish, give us something to the crowd, and then I just kind of brain farted. High pressure of arena cross getting to me and missing the podium.
It's not his first time, but it sure seems like it, guys.
Wow, Kristen with the jab, but Mike took it. He knew what happened. He's good with it. The Arena Cross Outlaw Series is brought to you by General Tire and by Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you up to 15% on your motorcycle insurance. Back in Wichita, Kansas for the General Tire Arena Cross Outlaws Championship. 250 heat racing is done. We're going open pro heat racing. Before we do, we'll go to Kristen Beat with the Geico Motorcycle pre-race report.
So guys, off the start, I've been noticing that Michael Hicks is shifting his body weight from the front of the bike to the rear of the bike off this elevated plane. Now I asked him why he's doing that. He said that is to get both wheels on the ground quicker. Guys, every millisecond, all the little things, they add up. That is why he's leading the points. Watch him off the start.
And he's chasing the General Tire first turn, and if he can get off that gate, he'll cut on over on Carter Bees and the rest of the field. We've seen some good starts come out of the inside, though. Michael Lessie had a good one. Hicks had a good one from sort of that middle spot, so we'll see if he can execute from the outside. Bees, Thompson, McKenzie, some of the other riders in this heat race. Here we go. Gate drops, and not a good jump from Michael Hicks, but he's going to cut up the inside. We always talk about his experience, and he uses it there, up the inside, rips the whoops into the lead.
Such a veteran move right there to cut up the inside. He knows he's been faster in the whoops than Carter Bees all night, so just a veteran move. If you're Carter right here, you got to learn. You got to learn from Michael Hicks on the one. Three-time and defending champion. You want to stay as close as you can, push as hard as you can these first few laps, especially right there through the Race Tech rockers. You look how fast the one comes into those. It's just amazing how much speed he can carry in. That allows you to carry out a little bit faster as well.
And he is opening up a small lead. Here's Kristen with more.
CycleZone KTM's team principal, Jeff Crutcher, told me he wants to see Carter Bees race with more authority in the second half of the race. He said he has first half speed, but he needs second half execution. Justin, what does that mean?
I think that means just getting comfortable with this pace. I think Michael Hicks has set the pace all year long. Carter's inching closer and closer. He can run that pace for a lap. Then he was able to run it for 2 and 3 and 4. But to be able to run it for a whole race, even this heat race being 9 laps, it's hard to do. So I think he just has to continue to learn, continue to build, and learn from Michael.
McKenzie third, Leaf fourth. You see Carter Bees there. He's actually keeping Michael Hicks somewhat honest, closer this race than we've seen in previous heat races, but the battle between McKenzie and Leaf is heating up. Leaf went down earlier in the 250 heat race trying to get around McKenzie. Now he's going to try in the whoops. He goes up the inside. Good attempt. Oh, McKenzie let him have it there.
Nice, and last time, if you remember, the 240 went in on the outside of the whoops, and he tagged the rear of the 14's bike, went down. This time he learned from it. He said, I'm going to go up the inside and see if this works. Executed it to perfection.
And into third goes Leaf. McKenzie now back into fourth. A ways off the pace of the first two, but still in a position to have a good gate pick for the main event, chasing down top 5 finishes, which is a big part of the progression, right, Justin? You're always working. First a top 10, then a 5, then a podium, then a win. So for Leaf, solid third in the heat race if he can hold it, but maybe a top 5 tonight in that main event.
Absolutely. You're constantly trying to evolve, and like you said, your goal might be top 10. Then it's I just want to get a top 5. And you know, we were talking about Carter Bees. His goal now is to win. He was back-to-back podiums a night ago in Wichita at the last round. Now he wants to go for the win, but unfortunately you're going to have to go through this guy and Michael Hicks, who's been so dominant all year. Looks like he just took the white flag there. And once again, you know, Carter was able to hang for 4 or 5 laps, but Michael's able to do that same lap time, lap after lap after lap, and have that belief system and the fitness it takes to do that. Carter will get there, just got to continue to learn.
And the Sunoco checkered flag waves from Michael Hicks. I watched that last lap super close, and I just don't see a weakness. If you're Carter Bees, great run, you were closer, you're seeing more, you're learning more, but to close the gap on Hicks, you're going to have to be perfect everywhere. Hicks wins the race, Bees is second, McKenzie third, Leaf and Thompson round out the top 5. Let's go to Kristen Beat, she's with the winner.
Michael, you were running sub 20 lap times. With such quick lap times and everything coming at you so quick, is it tough to kind of stay on par?
Yeah, track's getting a little slick here, so throttle control, like I said earlier, is going to be the main thing in the main events. But you know, just getting a good start, putting in consistent laps, and that's what we'll do in the main event.
Open Pro Heat Race number 2, Mike Alessi is back. Curler, Crutcher, Gordon, some of the challengers in this 9-lap heat race. And the way Mike Alessi has been getting out of the gate, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the first one to the General Tire first turn in this one as well. You see he's further inside than some of his competitors, but he pulled the start from around that area last time. 30-second board goes sideways. You see Carter Gordon on the 5. He's got the inside. Good jump, but not enough. The 800 of Mike Alessi powers the outside. He'll have the run, blitzes through, and he leads the way.
Yeah, signature hole shot there again from the 800. I mean, how many hole shots do you think Michael Alessi has had in his career? It's got to be in the thousands.
Yeah,
it's just incredible how he can get out of the gate. No matter what, motocross race, arena cross race, supercross race, doesn't matter. You line him up on the gate, my bet's on the 800.
Doesn't matter the track, doesn't matter the bike too. Again, Mike Alessi on a 252 stroke. Some huge advantages to that motorcycle in the 250 class. In the Open Pro class, if someone shows up on a 450, he's underpowered there, but a completely different style to ride that motorcycle, especially on a track with traction issues like this. Carter Gordon up the inside in second. But for Mike Alessi, the challenge of finding traction is a little bit different than the challenge that Carter Gordon might face.
Yeah, and remember, this is the battle for second in the championship. Alessi's got it right now. Gordon wants it. If you're Gordon right here, you got to sit back and learn. The theme of the night for me has been learning. You got these veterans in Michael Hicks and Mike Alessi that know how to win. They know how to get it done. Constant podium performers. And then a guy like Gordon, who got his first main event win just a night ago or last round, he's still somewhat learning a little bit. So same with Carter Bees. He's still trying to learn how to be a winner. And you know, to win at the highest level is really difficult, but you got a couple guys here that know how to get it done in Michael Hicks and Mike Alessi, so learn from them as much as you can.
Crutcher makes the move on Duran for 4th. Talk about experience. Crutcher has it again. He's the team principal of the CycleZone KTM team. Cheyenne Harmon early in the championship was making some noise, went down with injury. Crutcher steps in, and he's had some up and down moments, but the up ones are a lot more fun than the down, but at the same time, he comes back each and every night.
He does. He comes back, you know, takes his suit and tie off being the team principal, puts the gear on, and shout out to Cheyenne Harmon. He was having an incredible year. He was riding really, really good right there in the championship mix with Michael Hicks. So hope he's healing up and will be back stronger than ever next year. But the 7 of Crutcher, what a way to fill in, right? And he was talking, you know, several rounds ago about how it was nice for him and Carter Bees to bounce information, bike information, track information off of each other. And, you know, that could be maybe why Carter Bees is a podium guy now. Maybe Crutcher's helped him out that much.
Bees has had a major lift over the last 3 or 4 rounds. Mike Alessi has been pretty strong since the beginning. But he's got fire too, winning his heat races, a lot of podiums in the main events, but would love to get a win. And he'll have one more lap to go in this heat race. He'll grab another heat race win. He's won a bunch of these this year, but that main event win against Michael Hicks, we'd love to see it. He's had speed. The starts have been there tonight. Maybe tonight's the night, Justin.
Yeah, I'd love to see him get the start over Michael Hicks, and just to see what type of attitude Mike could bring to it, to see what, you know, if he would have the speed over Michael Hicks, because he's obviously got the speed and the starts. It's just being able to put it together for all those laps.
Heat races, no issue for Mike Alessi. See if he can get a main event win tonight in either the 250 Pro or Open Pro main, but he wins this one. Geico Motorcycle results show Alessi, Gordon, Curler 1, 2, 3, and Alessi is with Kristen Beat.
Mike, I noticed both you and Carter Gordon coming up short on the finish line double. Why is that?
Coming out of the finish line turn, it's a little bit slippery with a little bit of water. But as we get into the main events, it's going to be great. Just want to thank Hoosier Tires, Redline Oil, Get Stuff Done Coffee. Looking forward to the main event. Ready to go.
And he looks ready. The starts have been automatic. Can he do it in the main? We'll find out after the kids race. Back in Hartman Arena, Wichita, Kansas for Arena Cross action. You've seen 250 heats, you've seen Open Pro heats. We got mains coming up. Before we do, let's go down and talk to Kristen Beat, get some more information on the points leader, Michael Hicks.
Guys, we all know Michael Hicks is preparing for Supercross. In doing so, throughout this season, he has been running stiffer suspension. That actually puts him at a disadvantage in the Arena Cross series, but it prepares him for Supercross. It allows him to adjust and adapt to the bike. Justin, how much is that going to help him having an entire series on this stiffer suspension?
Well, it's going to help him in Supercross, but it's going to hurt him a little bit here in Arena Cross because typically, like Kristen said, he started with a softer set of suspension coming into Arena Cross. They typically don't have as big a whoops or big as rhythm lanes jumps as Supercross. Supercross, you want that stiffer suspension for those bigger obstacles.
The Cometic Gasket Junior Moto Challenge, 65 cc's, how's their suspension?
I would say it's going to be pretty soft, but it's going to work perfect for these kids. It's going to turn nice. And what a cool experience, right? To get to race in front of all these fans, get to race on the same track as the pros. And the top three get to stand on the podium. So that's going to be a cool feeling.
And they get to watch the pros all night. Watch Mike Alessi, watch Michael Hicks. Now this is their moment. And for Mac Murmis, talk about handling your business. Doubles out of the whoops right there.
That was
like
great.
To see that. He had the start figured out. Rhythm section double-double. The 123 of Sam St. John running second with a whole pack of riders. Ooh, doubles out himself. Such a fun track for these kids, too. It is forgiving. You see the pros going triple in and blitzing the whoops, but for these guys, the track's not too demanding, so they can get their confidence up and have races like this.
Absolutely, and just to be able to double through a rhythm section, now the pros are going triple, to double through the whoops. And look, trust me, it looks one size on TV, but if you get up there, these whoops are a lot bigger and a lot deeper than you think. So cool for the 188 to get the win. Mac Murmis, that's such a cool feeling.
Grabs a checkered. St. John second, and it looks like Stevens crosses the line in third. So the little guys watch all day, all night, watch the pros. They get their turn, and then they put their bikes on that podium. It's Murmis, St. John, and Stevens when we look at the Cometic Gasket Junior Moto Challenge results. And as soon as they come up the track, they go right to the podium. The crowd's cheering, and they get this moment right here where they get to smile, hold up the check, like little pros, and don't be surprised if you see them here in just a couple years racing in that General Tire Arena Cross Championship. Let's go to Kristen with an update on the track.
Guys, this weekend in the whoop section, there is a varying distance in between whoops 4, 5, and 6. Now, generally, you don't want that. You want a consistent distance in between each whoop. So I asked Michael Alessi and Michael Hicks how they're kind of strategizing this section. They both said you have to hit it full throttle and just acknowledge that there is that distance between each whoop. Know that 4, 5, and 6, you're going to have to hit and just move forward.
Michael Hicks has been moving through those whoops, and now he'll do it against just a couple guys. Bees, Curler, Hicks. That's a one-on-one-on-one. On the other side, you got McKenzie, Alessi, and Gordon. The winner of these two brackets will go into a just one-on-one race. You see Alessi in the background right there getting ready. But for Bees, Curler, and Hicks, they're up first. No gate, just a flag start. And I had to imagine with three guys on the gate, wouldn't you want to be in the inside, JB?
You would think, but I'll tell you what, I know these guys' heart rates right now are spiked because this race is going to be intense. You want to cover your inside. Looks like Curler had a shot at him but didn't take it. Hicks with his speed through the Race Tech rockers. I think he sealed the deal on this one, but Curler had a chance at him, didn't take it.
Too much respect for the champ. Michael Hicks gets the win. He'll go to the final. Curler and Bees will get ready for 250 main event.
Hicks is saying, thanks, dude. I know you had a shot at me, but I appreciate that.
Is that what the thumbs up was? Was, hey, man,
so.
You could have got right into me, and you didn't. McKenzie, Alessi, Gordon, that may have been a tad early, but at the same time, it's the 800, so you just give him the pass.
Just give him the pass. He was probably getting a whole shot anyways. Gordon going through the whoops there pretty good. Is he going to have a shot at him? Oh, he doesn't get the triple out of the turn, but he gets a triple into the turn. Not enough unless he takes the win.
Little one-footer right there. As you can see, the race is, what, 20-something seconds, so you pretty much have to nail the start, and if you don't, you get like 2 opportunities to get physical, but so far we haven't seen much of that. A lot of respect between Michael Hicks and Michael Alessi. They are 1 and 2 in the championship.
This is going to be good here. I think this is going to be really good. Obviously, Alessi, arguably the best starter in the world. Does he go a little early this time? Oh, a little flinch. Alessi gets the start. What does Hicks do here? Does he go up the inside? He does. Oh, and Alessi makes a mistake.
That's a bummer. He could have had the run. He still has a pretty good run, but now the gamesmanship begins.
Off.
Oh, nice, out to in.
Does he get the triple? Oh, and he one-handers.
Pre-celebration. Oh, you better hurry up. He gets it done. So he's been winning the heats. He's chasing down a main event. I'll take the head-to-head challenge now. I got you, Hicks.
That's right. What a good race. That was great. That was fun to watch.
Awesome. 250 main event coming up next. Carter Gordon wants another win. The arena cross action is heating up as the main events line up. Ronald Mack putting on a show, having a good time in Wichita, Kansas. Let's go to Kristen Beat for a General Tire pre-race report on Carter Gordon.
At round 12, Carter Gordon earned a career first main event win. Carter, you had told me that you had felt like there was a weight on your shoulders. What does it feel like now racing without that weight?
It feels pretty good, honestly. I'm just ready to go out there and do it again. Tried the best I can tonight, and hopefully it works out.
Did you expect that win to come so late in the season?
Honestly, I didn't. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to even happen this year. Michael kind of handed it to me with some bike malfunctions, but we'll take what we can get.
Guys, a win is a win. We'll see if Carter Gordon can back it up here tonight.
I've loved his attitude all year long has been great. Really, really good kid. And look, he mentioned Michael Hicks handing it to him with a bike issue. There's nothing handed to you in racing. He earned that. He put himself in that position. Look, Hicks has had some more speed all year, but hey, you'll take anything to get your first one.
It's bike and machine together to get victories in arena cross. The Geico Motorcycle 30-second board goes sideways. The gate will drop, and the fly racing hole shot goes to Mike Alessi, who's going to rail around the outside with a good run. Hicks has a good run up the inside. Can Alessi cut under? No. Carter Gordon was there to stop it, so Michael Hicks leads the way.
Such a good move. Alessi clearly controlled that first turn, but Hicks said, you know what, I'm going to square up the inside, go down the left side of the Racetech rockers, and pinch him off and make the pass. Such a veteran move.
Open track for Michael Hicks now, and just what we've seen in moments like this is just pure sprint speed. Instead of getting into a battle with Michael Alessi, if he can get about 3 or 4 seconds up, then it becomes more manageable, which is why we see him attack so hard in the early laps of these mains.
And just watch his entrance speed into the whoops. It's just incredible. I think that's where he has everybody beat. And then his turn speed, look, he's got the full package right now. There's a reason why he's a 3-time defending champion, reason why he's got a big points lead. And look, Michael Alessi's no slouch. The guy's a world-class rider. Just a testament to how good Michael Hicks really is.
Alessi second, Carter Gordon in third. You see Curler there in fourth. Carter B is coming off of 2 podium performances, back in 6 right now. Not the best of starts, but here's Gordon in third. Won the 250. Ooh, Alessi off to the side there. He's all right, keeps going, but for Carter Gordon, he can get back to Alessi, apply a little pressure. Might create a situation where we have a battle. Here's Curler right behind him in fourth, hanging in there. But for Carter Gordon, you said it, good kid. It's been a long season, gets the win. And now what do you do with that win? It seems like a whole new world opens up for him.
Well, the biggest thing is you have to manage your expectations at that point. Look, he was hoping he was going to get a win. He even said himself that he didn't know if it was going to happen this year. It did. You just can't put that expectation that, okay, now I need to win every race. No, you need to do the things that you did to get that win. Put yourself in great positions, which he's done. He's in third here. Obviously his goal was to get the whole shot. He wasn't able to do that. But if you can just rack up podiums, put yourself in those good positions. Remember, he's third in the championship as well, going for second. He needs to get around Michael Alessi, who's currently in second, but needs to push the pace, get up there, build off that win that he got, but also manage your expectations and not expect that, right, Daniel? Because then you start to expect too much, and it's not really realistic, and you start to get down on yourself, and it could swing the other way. So be happy and proud of it, but also manage your expectations.
You don't want to lose all the confidence that you built. Let's go down to Kristen with more on Michael Hicks.
Guys, something I've noticed in these last few rounds, Michael Hicks is so loose on the bike. All of his movement is fluid.
It just shows me how comfortable he is on the motorcycle. When a guy's stiff and really tight, we call it means he's not comfortable with the track and or the motorcycle. And when he's really loose, moving around on the bike, his bike's moving a lot, his body's moving a lot, shows me just how comfortable he is. And trust me, if you see that out of a rider, it's kind of the worst thing you want to see, because you know it's going to be a long night of racing that individual, and it has been. Trying to beat Michael Hicks is a tall task, but Carter B's, a couple podiums at our last round, back there in 5th right now. Hicks just, look, he's going squaring up, trying to find that traction, going outside here, just kind of cruising at this point. And good main event for Michael Lessie, though. I thought after that head-to-head, I thought, oh, did that give him some confidence? Maybe he could come out here and win. But Michael Hicks is just tough, Daniel. He's on it. Every facet of his game right now is unstoppable.
And you've said it a couple times, for Alessi, if you want to win one of these main events against Hicks, you got to be in front of him and see how long you can hang on, right? Because if Hicks gets the open track, he does have more speed. Alessi got to the first corner first, but then lost it. So I think what you're looking for is Alessi to hold it for the first lap and then just put up the wall the best you can.
That, and then you can kind of manage the race from the front a lot better. You can start, forcing Hicks into mistakes, forcing him into lines he doesn't want to take. If he gets out front, he can, like right there, he can go outside. He can go down the left side of the whoops. Well, if you took that line away from him and, he had to go to the left or a different line that he wasn't comfortable in, that forces mistakes, and that's what you're going to have to do to be able to beat him.
Carter Beast was back in the pack early. He has made his way up to 5th and is closing in on not only Curler, but Gordon's right there too. They are running out of time. White flag comes out. He's going to have maybe one attempt if he wants to get by Curler for 4th. But for Michael Hicks, one corner to go. He's going to win this main event. Up the inside, takes his time, grabs a Sunoco checkered flag, wins again. This is 250 Pro main event. Having a little fun. Here's Michael Lessie, another solid performance. Carter Gordon holds on. Ooh, Bees tried to get to Curler right there, was just a little short. He knows it, a little bit of frustration. You see the respect from Michael Lessie again, just a well-rounded racer his entire career. But he has a lot of respect for Michael Hicks and what he's doing in this championship. The General Tire 250 Pro main event results show Hicks, Alessi, Gordon, 1, 2, 3. Curler and Beast fought late there in that main event for 4th. You see Jeff Crutcher finishing 8th in that main event. But 3rd in the main, Carter Gordon. He's got a win on the season and another podium to his name.
Guys, Carter Gordon now stands 3rd overall in the championship standings. How does that sound?
It sounds awesome. Both the guys in front of me are really great riders and super talented, so I'm pretty pumped to be up there with them.
Up there with this guy, Michael Lessie. Solid start, 2nd in the main event.
Mike, nearly every rider was casing the finish line double. Was there a reason for that? Was it strategic? What's going on there?
I just think that we're casing it to land and let the bike absorb the suspension so we can get to that inside, because to go 20, almost 30 feet to that outside is kind of useless. Case it, get to the inside, back on the gas, down the start straightaway.
All strategy, thinking ahead, guys.
And for Michael Hicks, just a dominating ride, pure speed, gets it done and gets it done again.
Michael, to be able to rebound from round 12 where you missed this main event last night and to be able to put in a complete night tonight, at this point in this series, are you worried about missing a main? Where are you at?
Yeah, we just try to get all the points we can. I'm not super worried, but yeah, I had an unfortunate bike problem last night. My team's awesome, though, helped me out with another bike, and yeah, just happy to get another win. Hoosier Tires got me off to a great start, made a quick pass on Mike, and then just couldn't got it done. But yeah, I couldn't thank my whole sponsors enough. Tyler Honda, Stoneman Honda, 60 FXR, X-Brand Goggles, Pro Taper, Yoshimura. Everybody helped me out. Thank you so much.
We are not done racing in Kansas. The Open Pro main event coming up next. Wichita, Kansas, arena cross action. They're loving it. Michael Hicks dominant in the 250 Pro main event. Before we drop the gate in the Open Pro main event, let's go down to Kristen Beat with a General Tire pre-race report.
Matthew Curler finished 4th in his first main event racing in the General Tire Arena Cross Series, and you were inching up on Carter Gordon. I know adapting to this track has been difficult throughout the night, kind of figuring out the pace here in the General Tire Arena Cross Series. How have you had to adapt as a rider?
For me, it's been just dropping a gear. I've been riding in 3rd too much out here, and some of these triples are hard to make even in 2nd, so it's grabbing a gear going out of the corner, making sure I'm hitting these triples in 1st. that's been my my game changer tonight.
We'll see if Curler can make it to the podium tonight, guys.
Open Pro main event. One more chance for Mike Alessi, Carter Bees, Carter Gordon to put a win on the board against Michael Hicks, who has been dominant tonight. Geico Motorcycle 30-second board is up. The anticipation builds for one final main event tonight in Wichita. Curler on the outside, Hicks right in the middle, Mike Alessi somewhat inside. The revs are up. The gate drops, and it looks like Mike Alessi has the inside. Does he pull the Viral brand goggle hole shot? Yes, he does. Carter Gordon up the very inside, Hicks in the middle. Not enough to make the pass stick in corner 2. Justin, this is what we've been wanting, an Alessi-Hicks battle.
That's right. We've always wanted to see Alessi get out front in front of Hicks to see what he can do. A veteran move there. He didn't want to have happen what happened in that 250 Pro main, was get to the first turn first, get past right away in the second turn. And now he's protecting that inside.
Yeah.
I like that. You just got to be careful of Hicks squaring it off, but then Hicks is going to have the outside here. I like what Mike's doing. He's riding a little bit defensive, taking the lines away, and that's what I talked about earlier. That's what's going to force Michael Hicks into a mistake. You just got to keep him behind you a little bit longer.
You can try, but Hicks plays the game. Oh, Alessi went to cut under, but Hicks held him up. 3-2, different options. Alessi cuts under again, but loses the drive, and now Hicks has the lead, and this is trouble.
This is trouble, and if you're Alessi, you just got to latch on. But unfortunately, Michael Hicks has just been so fast. Look at those speed across the Racetech rockers. Right, that to me, Daniel, is just so impressive, and really, really impressive through that set of whoops. That was incredible.
I always talk about the whoops and what it takes to be good in whoops, and you always talk about the commitment, the early commitment going in. As we watch these guys come out of the corner, what are you talking about when you talk about early commitment?
Well, there's this left-hand turn right here, and from the turn to the first whoop, you'll see no hesitation out of Michael Hicks. He carries as much speed as he possibly can create from the corner to the first whoop. A lot of guys will hesitate a little bit, and that's where we talk about the commitment. Hicks is fully committed to the entry speed, and that's what makes you good in whoops. Looks, it's scary. Trust me, we've been there. It's really scary, but if you can do that, if you can get your bike set up to where you're comfortable doing that, and Gordon's going across them well, I would just like to see a little more entrance speed. If he wants to match Hicks, he's going to have to enter him a little bit faster, but take some commitment. And it's scary the first few times, but once you get it down, the whoops can actually become easier with more entrance speed.
Michael Hicks leads, Alessi second. You see Gordon in third. Curler now coming up to the rear of Carter Bees, who goes down, into the wall.
Ouch, that one hurt. Bees has struggled there all weekend here in Wichita. Unfortunately, goes down again. He had a crash last round here as well in the whoops. And man, bummer for him. He had like we talked about, a couple podiums at the last round here in Wichita and was looking to carry that momentum, but unfortunately down he goes in the whoops.
Tough break for him. You saw him dance left, right, and eventually found the side of the track and was off of it. Michael Hicks continued to lead. You see Alessi there, not too far out of it, but definitely not applying enough pressure to make Hicks have to think about his line choice or play any kind of defense whatsoever. Hicks tries to navigate his way through the lappers with about 5 laps to go. Here is Curler. Said he was making some gearing changes or some gear changes to get that triple. You said you wanted to see him get that earlier, and it seems like he found the power to get it.
I like the night Curler's having. Solid 4th place, not far behind a podium position in Gordon. Looks like he's riding really good, getting some more comfort out of it, especially through these whoops here. And once they get into lappers, it can either hurt you or help you. And looks like Gordon got through these next 2 lappers pretty good. Curler wasn't able to get that triple out of the turn, but he triples into the turn. And look right there, down, he's just getting held. And he faces into the finish line. Just stuff like that. You know, it's really frustrating. But then again, it's not the lappers' fault. They're in a race of their own. You know, they might be going for a career best for themselves. Curler's going for a podium. Unfortunately, got held up big time there by lapper.
Curler hopes to regain momentum to get back to Gordon for a podium spot. And for Mike Alessi, again, the starts, they're there. Speed's there. Just a little off of Michael Hicks. He did say that next year, if he comes back, he will be on a 4-stroke, the 2-stroke experience. He said a lot of fun, but just doesn't feel like it's competitive enough to go after someone like Michael Hicks.
Yeah, Hicks is on a 4-stroke, and you at least want to match what he's doing, right, especially if it's working. The one thing I will say is, though, Alessi's, look, he can get out of the gate on anything. Looks like there's
McKenzie.
A crash on the other side of the track. Not good. Hopefully he gets up.
There's the bike. Where's the rider? So the white flag coming out, so this one's almost over. Where's McKenzie at? He's right there. That was a tough get off in the rhythm section. So for Michael Hicks now, got to manage his way to this final lap. Traffic, a rider down the inside. And the Sunoco checkered flag waves for Michael Hicks. Michael Lessie right there on him late. Good to see Carter Beast up right there finish the race. That's a good sign that he is okay. And there's Carter Gordon, barely holds on. Curler got right to him at the finish line jump. For Michael Hicks, the winning continues as we close down this championship. There's a couple races left for this 2022-2023 season, and Michael Hicks has been nothing short of dominant. Michael Lessie, solid as a rock, had a chance, was up in front of him, but Hicks found a way around. You look at the General Tire Open Pro main event results. It's Hicks, Alessi, Gordon, 1, 2, 3, and a solid ride by Matthew Curler to round out the top 4 in the Open Pro main event. When we come back, we hear from the podium, Hicks, Alessi, and Gordon. The Arena Cross Outlaw Series is brought to you by General Tire, ODI, Cometic Gasket, Hoosier Tire, and by Andretti's Karting and Games. Well, Michael Hicks is closing in on his 4th straight championship, and when you rack up a bunch of heat race and main event wins throughout the season, that's how you get it done, and he has done just that this season. Carter Gordon, 3rd in the Open Pro main event. He's with Kristen.
Carter, we often hear of the negative effects of lappers on the track. However, tonight, in the instance where you were battling Matthew Curler, they helped you.
Yeah, you just never know how it's going to play out. Luckily, it played out on my side tonight, so can't complain. 2 podiums tonight. I'm pretty happy with how it went. Couldn't do without all my awesome sponsors: Hoosier Tire, Redline Oil, Duggett 511, give me an awesome engine package, Fusion Graphics, Cash Equipment, Le Mans Motorsports, Skills MX Gear, TCD Suspension, everybody else I forgot, thank you so much.
He grabbed the whole shot. He led some laps to ultimately finish 2nd in the Open Pro main event.
Mike, a compelling race out there. Hicks just able to pull away. What do you attribute Hicks' efficiency to?
Honestly, at the end of the day, Michael is a good rider. He's efficient, he's smooth, he's aggressive, and he's very well with the motorcycle, making it work for him. And you know what? I had a great race, had a great time this weekend, getting 2nd place. Just want to thank Hoosier Tires, Redline Oil, Get Stuff Done Coffee. See you guys.
Great night of racing for Michael Lessie, and for Michael Hicks, just pure domination.
Guys, Michael Hicks could very well wrap this title up the first night in Memphis at round 14. 1 round early. How good does it feel to have this nice points cushion in between you and Michael Lessie?
It feels good, just got to ride, consistent and just ride how I know how to ride. And but yeah, in that main event right there, had a good start and a good battle with Mike, and then had a little bit of carnage there at the end. Glad to see RJ got up from that, and but yeah, glad to get another win. I can't thank my whole Tylube team enough. Solmec Honda 60 FXR, X-Brand Goggles, Pro Taper, Yoshimura, X-Trigs, everybody else helped me out. Thank you so much.
And that points lead that Kristen talks about, as we look at the Redline Oil Series point standings, is massive. 601 points for Michael Hicks, Alessi 2nd, Gordon in 3rd. Carter Beast was able to make his way by Brett Greenlee for missing tonight's race action. The Sunoco Fuels fastest laps was Michael Hicks with a 19.1. JB, you surprised?
I'm not surprised. All year long we've seen this out of Michael Hicks, just riding so good. His technique on the motorcycle is incredible. And Michael Lessie mentioned it, how aggressive he is. His aggression on the track's just next level right now.
Alessi, solid night of racing too. The last 2 rounds he's been really good. Bunch of 2nd places, racking up those points. Gordon and Curler, tight fight in the Open Pro main event late. Curler would have loved to get a podium, but missed it by just a little bit. Go to www.arenacrossoutlaws.com for more Arena Cross information, and come on out. Enjoy the race action. A lot of battles back and forth, crashes here and there, and ultimately get to see some of the fastest Arena Cross riders in the world do battle. We're going to Memphis. For Justin Brayton and Kristen Beat, I'm Daniel Blair. This championship is closing down. We'll see you in Tennessee.